Yeah, this is Lucky Bling with first generation of hip hop, with true pioneers, legend, and icon. I approve this message. Let's get him.
Hey,
Just talk to the camera, go ahead.
hello from Sydney, Australia. Love you guys, love your work.
Thank you, Rainey. Kevin, give me a shout out. Or shout anything else, say anything.
JBX, you are the man. Thank you for signing the wall. Thank you for being here to film this historical day in hip hop history. Here we go.
And who you are?
Who are
Kevin
you?
Meyer.
Kevin Meyer what?
The one and
Spray
only.
Paint Arts.
There you go.
Tom, here we go.
Your turn, Lucky. The best for last.
Well, this is Lucky Bling. I bring in another essence place, a place that is very raw in the essence, and I hope you like the magic and what's inside. Blessings.
All right, here we go.
Also made it so fluent and joyful that anybody could just enjoy what, where he's taking it to. It's not just in the essence of a style or a place that he's taking it to. He's taking it to all grounds from the bottom up, because it takes layers to build something like this. It doesn't just come out of the clear blue and say, I'm gonna put, iconic people plus words in between and other artistry. No, he took it and he studied it and he worked very hard on this. Just like I said, we were talking about the tunnel, and the tunnel was one of the most powerful things that to this day, it gives me goosebumps when I'm there. It's so epic and so clean and so fluent that it speaks for itself, and that's what willpower is all about. This gentleman, I gotta take my hat off always, and it's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure, and Coke is dear to our heart with him, and everybody should understand that art is beautiful, but it's more beautiful when you have beautiful people with a good soul and a good place of mind, taking it to a different level, and that's what willpower is all about.
And when I started doing the portraits, when I did all of them, the best compliment was from another artist that was doing portraits also. When they saw it, when we had a conversation, they was like, Will, I love you and I hate you at the same time because you did it first, mother. I said, well, you could still always do it. He said, nah, you did it first and you did it right. It flows. You nailed every one of them. So I was like, all right, thanks. But the whole idea of doing this is pretty much to keep hip hop alive in our representation as an artist, not the music, not from the writers, I guess, writers or the artist point of view to represent hip hop, So that's pretty much it.
So it becomes an elevation in a platform of artistry to our graffiti writers and all the talent that he said before, and it becomes so beautifully, like it flourishes like a flower. You must water it, you must take care of it, and while the time you see it blooms, it becomes absolutely beautifully with different type of color tones, shading, even style, and that's why he brings it to this level. And this is what the level he's taking it to.
The good thing also about doing portrait is that you kind of honor the artists that come from certain areas. Like I choose to do Meth because he hangs out with Redman, but Meth is really Staten Island. Redman is Newark, where we at. So this is in his hood, his neighborhood. He could come through and be like, yo, yeah, now it's showing him love in his neighborhood. So the whole idea of doing this, which was good, is like if I inspire, look, I'm not in Texas. They could do Bum B or Pimp C or whatever. So it grows. I don't care if you keep on doing it. Anybody could do it, but just continue, make hip hop hot. Don't phase it out with the same old. So that's pretty much what I do. Yeah.
It's a new twist to the polish.
Yes.
And what he is, just like a gem in the rough. when you find a gem, you must take it and preserve it and clean it out and give it shine and light to it. Like that, you can see the fluent in colors. And this is what this man does all the time. You know, he sees always to the highest level. And the beautiful thing is, like I said, this is what comes with all the artistry and the true passion of his art. And this is willpower. This is willpower.
And can we talk to the guy that organizes too? Yo, y'all two come here. You too. They're from Australia.
Guys, how are you?
Documentaries and stuff. Come here, man. I want y'all to talk about.
How are you? Gatsby, pleasure to meet you. How are you today? I love your hip.
Thank you.
These two guys are responsible for putting this together in Newark. You know, pretty much was the one that brought me up here to do this. So if you want to talk about how you feel about having
absolutely.
artwork up here, or how you feel about what art brings to your community,
Absolutely.
let Australia know.
My absolute pleasure. So, hey Australia. So part of the reason for doing this in general is to show Newark's embrace of the arts. So whether it be Newark's history in hip hop, which is a length of history, right? Or it be Newark's embrace of these kind of walls. And if you go throughout the Newark area, you'll see several areas where these walls are kind of located at, right? Where there's always someone doing some kind of art on this, whether it be mural art or graffiti art. So when we were asked to come in and curate the Abington walls, we immediately jumped on it. So whether we're talking about its educational, it's arts through education, whether we're talking around its political system and the arts, which has kind of migrated or evolved into some of the political positions that we have here in Newark, or we're just looking at just the kind of the way it is that the people are free to kind of express themselves in areas and they consider this beautification. This is something that's strictly Newark. You almost don't get this anywhere else. And so when we were asked to come on in and take part of the Abington project, it was just a granted. It was something we had to take, what's the word I'm looking for here? We had to get involved in. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because about changing.
Yep, and this is the guy here, ultimately, that was responsible for it all.
Well, the thing is that we've been, Brick City Jam, also with Cause, myself, I'm part of Brick City Jam. I'm a resident of Newark, been resident of Newark for quite some time. And we felt there was writing papers and writing scholarly articles about the importance and the impact of graffiti and hip hop in general, because it's a long-lasting effect. We understand that from a historical standpoint, that graffiti didn't just start in the 1970s and or the 1960s. If we go as far back as the early 1800s, you would see graffiti and people tagging or people actually, rebelling, so on and so forth. And then again, if you look at the history of the World War II, you see Kilroy. Kilroy was here. Kilroy was here, was a very impactful aspect of graffiti throughout the whole entire world, because there was millions and millions of people looking and it's being impacted by that. So we use graffiti as a means of political and social awareness, letting people know what's going on, and giving people an opportunity to have a voice. And that voice is very, very impactful for the less unfortunate, for those who do not have access to resources to be able to speak. So we're going to continue this cultural awareness. We're going to continue this artistic dynamic forevermore. And then also with our crew, Boom Squad have members in Australia. We have members in South Africa. We have members all over the world that's talking about, not just talking about it, but actually engaging in the work from a pragmatic perspective. So this is ongoing. You have noted graffiti artists here. You have Ward TC5. You have Prince TC5. Prince TC5 is one of the most historic individuals outside of NRG. NRG is a crew that was started by J Star, who were out of the Bronx, and they actually created that dynamic. And as far as back as in the early 1980s, we had developed and built partnerships with graffiti crews out of New York. So, and we were quasi a sixth borough, because people would come over from Brooklyn
all the
and
time. There was an immediate relation.
So we see this as not just an art project, but we see this as an open museum. whereby people can come in and see individuals engage in the process, in the craft of graffiti and the artwork. So this is ongoing for us. We're gonna do this forevermore. There's even a point to where some people are looking to pour dollars into what we're doing right here to be able to create a sustainability and institutionalize this where people can actually employ themselves and what have you. So this is the reason why we feel it's this important with Brick City Jam, with my brother Cruz, with my brother Will Powers, and whoever else wants to get involved. Yeah. Right.
Hi, I'm Lucky Bling out here reporting at 161st off of Yankee Stadium in the BX. I'm with
Mom,
and where y'all from?
Bronx.
They're from the BX, from the Bronx. I'm gonna ask a lucky question. Let's see if they got the lucky answer. Who's the first hip hop MC that picked up a mic?
DJ Cool Herc?
You 90% almost right. Let's make it. Cool Herc was the one who played.
First, I want to say Big Daddy Kane.
Big Daddy Kane came later on.
Yeah.
He almost hit him in the nose. You 95% of this.
Cool Herc, not Grandmaster Flash. He was rapping on it. That was the Fantastic, the Furious Five.
All right, keep on. You're gonna get it.
I can't remember. It's one two.
All right, I'm gonna give you 1520 Cedric Avenue, birthplace of hip hop.
That's Cool Herc.
Well, who else? Who was his partner? Give me the answer. All right, let's do this. I'll give you $40 if you name his partner.
Who he said?
1973.
He's like 173.
1520 Cedric Avenue, birthplace of hip hop. Who was his partner? No. A little bit later on. He gave the message. Matter of fact, I'll give you $80.
You're killing me right now. It's at my, it's
There's
on my
Lucky
head.
Bling out here.
It's on my head too.
He's in his head. He done his history. He learning. This is what we trying to, change the culture and make everybody understand that this is some serious stuff. Because I bet you know this one. It's not about the money, but I bet you know this one. Who discovered America?
Yo.
No, I ain't funny.
Not Christopher Columbus.
Right, but who registered?
Christopher Columbus.
Okay, you see, that's in 1492, and I want these young guys to understand that was in 1492 when we were never even born. I was not even born. I'm 62 years old, but they know that. So I would like them to educate them and let them know who's the first hip hop MC. I'll give you $150.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know.
All right. All bets are off. I'm gonna give him the thing. I want you to get this. Can you name a couple of more guys?
Let me see. DJ Cool Herc, Grandmaster Flash. We had the Fantastic Five.
You ever saw the evolution of hip hop?
Bits and pieces. I didn't watch it.
All right. Did you saw Black TV?
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
Okay. They got all this in there. Let's go a little bit deeper. All bets are off, but you would have won $150 cash. Go on your phone like that. You don't think I'm trickery. And ask who's the first hip hop MC.
Y'all want to get that on film when you get the answer.
Who's the first hip hop MC?
I want to give you the name before anything. Cobra Rock. What you say?
I got Scott Harris.
It was good because Cool Herc was the one who played the concert. His partner was the one who picked up the mic and made it.
You know who I am. I'm Coke Rock. I'm down here with Lucky Bling, the one and only. And before a man can be rolled, a horse can be thrown. There's not a bull that can't be stopped, and there's not a disco that I, Coke Rock, can't rock.
This is your culture. This is what we stand for. We made this. You gotta represent the Bronx because that's where you live at. It's where you know, maybe was born at. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm educating everybody. And you can look me up. I'm in Lucky Bling. Okay? One. I'm in IG. Okay? I'm his partner of Coco Rock. That's what I'm doing. Alright? Once again, I'm gonna say bye to the channel, but I got two young men that are well educated in hip hop, but they was almost there. There was 98%. They only needed a 2%, and it was the partner of Cool Herc. This Lucky Bling reporting again with D, and we do the BXI.
You already know.
We already know. Thank you, my brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Nice
I
meeting
appreciate
you.
you. All right? Yeah.
It's hip hop, you don't stop. I grab the mic, hands up, and they don't drop. It's been a long time, now I'm doing my thing. But it wouldn't been possible without Lucky Bling, who took me straight to the top, took me straight to the block. Central Gav introduced me to Coca Rock. Now I'm calling him Pops, he's the father MC. You can't spit bars, you shouldn't be an MC. In the future, all of y'all gon' see who JBX rapping NYC. MVP, there's some serious talent. Versatile style, but smooth with a balance. Ain't the thing I can't do. Show me a challenge before hip hop's dead. Shoot me right in the cabbage. Give me a chance before you pick up a weapon and get to know the culture where we all accept it. All I know, hip hop is in my soul. And they know, I'ma shine, I'ma glow, I'ma blow, let's go. Every day I can hear the music play. And they say, hey yo Jake, keep on doing your thing, do your thing.
Like to give a shout out to JBX. You know who I am. I'm Coca Rock. I'm down here with Lucky Bling, the one and only. And before a man can be rolled, a horse can be thrown. There's not a bull that can't be stopped, and there's not a disco that I, Coca Rock, can't rock. You know who I am. I'm Coca Rock. I'm down here with Lucky Bling, the one and only. And before a man can be rolled, a horse can be thrown. There's not a bull that can't be stopped, and there's not a disco that I, Coca Rock, can't rock.
Is JBX. Don't forget the 718.